a lot of people will be telling Sachin today that, you know, when you retire a few days from now, there'll be a huge gap in your life. You won't know what to do. Did you feel that?
Yes, immediately you feel that way because you've spent majority of your youthful life playing cricket and following a dream. You know, I started at age 19 with the West Indies team. Sachin started at 16. He's been playing for almost a quarter of a century. And he's going to wake up the next day on the 19th or the 20th. And I promise you, he's gonna want to know what to do. But he's going to quickly find his feet again. And he's a successful man. So yes. I believe that this is going to go on in his life and to come.
So you would say to him, Sourav, that yes, there'll be a gap, but that'll soon be filled?
Yes, for Sachin Tendulkar, without doubt. You know, he's got so much to contribute to Indian cricket, to world cricket, and he'll find his ways, because for the last few weeks I've been answering that question, what Sachin Tendulkar will do after he finishes his cricket.
Right.
And as I said, he's got loads of things to do. I'm sure Indian cricket will use him because he's been such a huge ambassador for the sport, like he has been over the years. And he would need a break for a year, and then his life will start moving again. He can still get runs with experience, but that frequency has been not that great. Yeah. As Brian said at the start of the show, that last 2-3 years haven't been good for him, and just only because he's Sachin Tendulkar, he's been given that run for 3 years. Right. Nobody else in world cricket or in Indian cricket would have got that much of time. Right. But it's a fact you got to accept that at some stage you have to go. And once Sachin sits down after the Mumbai Test and has a look at his career, he'll say to himself that I've done proud of myself. There's nothing which I've not achieved, and if I probably went on for another 6 months, it wouldn't have helped me or cricket. And I think that's the right decision he's taken. For me, he's been a champion, and I've seen him so closely. I've seen him closely from the age of 14 years when we went to Indore for a national camp, and I've seen that man grow. He obviously played for India 4 or 5 years earlier than I did. And then we came on, I've seen him go through the tough periods, and I led him as captain, and I have seen him progress. So for me, it's the right decision he's taken, that he's going on a high, playing at home, because if this was in South Africa, he wouldn't have got half the adulation which he's got.
Which he deserves.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What the Cricket Association of Bengal did for him, what Mumbai is going to do for him, he deserves every bit. What you guys are doing for him. I've been watching television for last 15 days. It's just been Tendulkar all over.
And he's a man beyond his cricket. He's a wonderful human being.
It's the right send-off to a champion.
200 tests, perfect.
And I'm happy that he's gone. If I was in his place, I would have gone a year earlier. But that's the way Sachin Tendulkar is, and it's too much respect.
You're saying because what we're talking now is milliseconds. If you're a millisecond early or a millisecond late, it makes all the difference in your stroke.
Yes, it does.
And an age can change a millisecond. You're not talking about, you don't have much room for margin of error.
You don't realize, when you get to 39-40 or 38-40, especially in the current era, as he said, in the earlier days, there are a lot of players who've played at the age of 40. But in the modern era, with everything happening so quickly, you don't realize the drop. Suddenly you feel, it's getting past you.
More,
and when you watch him, especially when you watch him at his best, you feel that it's going past him. And I think it's a fantastic decision he's taken.
Okay,
the right
I'm going to ask both of you to stick your neck out. And I'm going to get back to you 5 years from now and see if you're right or wrong. 5 years from now, who could possibly come close to being Sachin Tendulkar? Not him, but close to him. 80% of them. Which player, which two players in the Indian team?
I think that is not going to be achieved. I think that in terms of stats, you're going to have players with better stats in the future. You never know. Virat Kohli in the one-day game, I think, is exceptional. But in sport, there are some individuals that doesn't matter what era that you're in. It could be 20, 30 years down the line. There are boxers with better records than Muhammad Ali. But if you mention the word boxing, you have to mention Muhammad Ali.
He is the king.
Basketball, you have to mention Michael Jordan. There might be players on the verge of breaking records that he has. And when you speak about cricket, I would speak about Sachin Tendulkar.
And Lara.
I would speak about Sachin Tendulkar.
And a very simple question. I've seen you saying that Sachin Tendulkar was on the hit list of a very great Indian coach, Mr. Greg Chappell. So what was Sachin Tendulkar's attitude towards Greg Chappell?
Oh, it's a tough question for me to answer because that's his attitude. And I think his attitude was simple, go and get some runs. That's the attitude we have as batsmen, and that's what it's all about.
That's wonderful. I think we need a lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said that. But what advice would you give Sachin the evening, the night before he's going out for this big, big match?
Well, obviously, both of us sitting here come anywhere close to what he is facing on Thursday. So it's hard to give an opinion. But I believe that if I was in his shoes, I would be thinking that I don't need to prove anything.
Right.
It'd be wonderful if I can get a big score at home in my last game, and I would prepare for that. I would prepare over the next couple of days to ensure that I put myself in the best place to get that. But don't put myself on any undue pressure because there is nothing to prove
anymore.
And I think the most important thing is what motivates Sachin, and he's got to find that. And if it is to put himself under pressure, well then do it.
Do it. Yeah.
You know, if it's to relax, he's got to find that and be motivated. And I'm here to see runs. I'm here to see a West Indies win, yes, but I'm here to see Sachin play an innings in his last test.
I bet one position neither of you would like to be the umpire when he's batting.
Yeah, but he's got to do a job too. If he's out, he's out. You got to give it because at the end
you don't
of the
want
day,
to give him out when he's not out.
I don't think anybody does it deliberately.
Yeah.
Because I've seen with umpires around the world who've got so much respect for Sachin. The great Dickie Bird, David Shepherd, who stood at the other end even when I played and Sachin played. You could see the enormous respect they have, and I don't think anybody does it deliberately. But as we say, everyone's human and everyone makes mistakes.
It's a frightening thought. You don't want to get that tense. I want to know the truth. Sachin's in Bombay on 99. Will you let him get his 100, or you will fight to make sure he doesn't?
No, I'll make sure that he fights to get the 100 because he.
Fight? No. As West Indians, will fight to make sure he doesn't get his 100.
I'd make sure he fights to get it because
he has to fight.
He got 99 already, and we didn't give anything away. So he would want to fight for it.
Just give him one run.
He would get it. If he's at 99, I promise you he's going to get it.
Okay, just one last closing comment before we end on Sachin. What if he looked to you and said on the eve of the match, Brian, you've been there, done that. What should I do now? I'm going into this match. How do I face it? What would you say? If he asked you.
I would say that you've had the greatest cricketing career of anyone. People might have their favorite batsman or their favorite bowler, but I don't think any career compares with Sachin in terms of a cricket career. Walking out as a 16-year-old and walking off the field on Monday, and to just enjoy the next 5 days of cricket, and you have the ability to score 400, go and score 400.
Right. You say go and enjoy it.
Yes.
You've proved yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. And I said that before the start of the Eden Gardens test, that whether Sachin gets 101 hundreds or 100 hundreds, he'll still be one of the best, because I do consider him to be at par with him. One of the best. I'll just put him a little bit ahead of Lara because we played for the same team. And not more than
bias.
that. But as I said, he'll still be a champion he's been.
Great, wonderful. And we wish Sachin the best. Everybody here, raise your hands for Sachin. Look at that. I think he's done so much, given us so much joy and so much to be grateful for.